Chapter 11. Shyness. The quickest way to stop being shy is to just snap out of it. What? The first thought that crossed my mind after reading that quote was, if only it was that simple. Having been painfully shy for at least half my life, believe me, I would have snapped out of it long ago if it was as easy as that quote implies. Not that there's anything wrong with having a shy nature. It all depends on the severity. Severe shyness is debilitating in that it can hold you back from making human connections and limit your enjoyment of life. It can also lead to depression. Not good. So happens the shyness I experienced as a young girl was of the severe variety, but my parents never did anything to encourage me to come out of my shell. In fact, they did just the opposite. Severe shyness never simply disappears on its own. Like anything else, you have to work at it. Instead of dreading social functions and avoiding them, you have to force yourself to go. Think of them as opportunities to practice the bashfulness-busting strategies that follow. Number 1. I used to think small talk was artificial and a waste of time, but it's actually an essential skill that leads to those real conversations vital to building human connections. Practice small talk whenever you're in a social situation. It's a surefire way to break the awkward silences between people that can happen anywhere at any time. The most effective small talk leads to having a two-way conversation. It should never be merely an interrogation with one person asking all the questions. I find it extremely off-putting when a stranger fires questions at me about my age, job, relationship status, etc. Don't pry and ask highly personal questions. It's rude and puts the other person on the defensive. If there are certain questions that put you on the spot and make you feel uncomfortable in social situations, make a list of what they are and practice some appropriate comeback answers to avoid being caught off guard. If you have somebody that you can role play with, so much the better. We've talked about this in the previous chapter, but it doesn't take much extra time and effort to look your personal best in public. And it pays off, and not just in how it makes you feel. When you look good and you know it, it's sure to elevate your level of self-confidence by a few notches. Knowing the appropriate way to behave in various social situations, such as dining out, making introductions, house parties, etc., decreases anxiety and increases self-confidence. That's a good reason to brush up on basic etiquette for anything you're not that sure about. Instead of cringing by the wall at a party or social event, force yourself to mingle. Make believe that you're an actor playing the role of a character that's especially outgoing and loves to socialize. Act friendly and introduce yourself to another guest. If that seems daunting, ask what the worst thing is that could possibly happen if you do. It also helps to be aware that you're not the only bashful person in the room. I can almost guarantee it. Put to use the small talk skills you've been brushing up on. Smile and act as if you are truly enjoying yourself. The notion of pretending to have a good time may not appeal to you on the basis that it sounds phony, but that's exactly what professional actors do. Make believe. Besides, the more you practice this technique, the more genuine it eventually becomes. Create a power-inducing mantra to silently say to yourself whenever you need a boost of self-confidence. As an introvert by nature, there have been many occasions when I stayed home rather than go to an event by myself. I'm happy to say that's no longer the case. Depending on the occasion and circumstance, I instantly feel more confident after reciting one of my personal mantras, such as, I have no fear, I have no insecurities, and my favorite, and my personal favorite, bring it on. And lastly, self-improvement is an ongoing process. Be diligent about practicing the action plans and be yourself for any issues that apply to you. From my own experience, I know that the more determined you are in fighting shyness and the more you practice, the sooner you'll start feeling at ease around, I call them the humans. It's taken years, but I'm now at the point where it no longer bothers me to mingle with a room full of strangers or attend a party on my own. There are still times when I don't feel totally at ease, but at least now I feel more comfortable with being uncomfortable.